Begin to deepen your breath. Finding that equal inhalation, exhalation. In and out through the nose. The mind wanders, focus back on your breath. Remembering we always practice ahimsa, and that means non-violence, no pain in your practice, no judgment. And just gather your hands together in front of your heart and bow in, maybe adding an intention or dedication going out to someone. And then interlace your fingers and stretch it away. On an inhale, reach tall, relax your shoulders down. And take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, stretch them to the floor, stay there, or lift the arms up and away. And then drop your hands down and reach them back high. And on an exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, take a twist, look back over the left shoulder. And then inhale, reach high. And exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, arms up, hands down, and then take your legs out wide. Walk your sitting bones forward and put your hands on your shins. Sit up nice and tall, lift your belly, and then slide your left hand towards your left ankle. Stay there, or take that right arm up alongside the ear. And then bring the right hand down, wiggle your shoulders and slide to the other side. Stay there or reach that left arm up. And then come back up tall, wiggle your shoulders here, hands in front, and just walk them away as far as your body will let you. Maybe your eyes closed, maybe your head hangs low. And then walk your hands back in, bring the bottoms of the feet together, do a little butterfly. Stay up tall or fold towards your toes. Remember, you're not creating pain, so if something hurts, stop. And then sit up tall and just pick up your left foot and put it in your right hand. And then support your knee with the other arm. So wrap it around, yeah, and just give a little rock back and forth. Some of you are going to stay out here. This is your full stretch. Some of you are going to be able to pull the foot in near the elbow. Make sure you don't round in. Stretch is right here. And then relax, grab the pinky toe side of the left foot with the left hand, and then just find that range of motion like it's going to go back behind you. And then put that foot down and pick up the other foot. Support the knee with the right arm and just find your little rock side to side. Only if you need more does it pull in tighter. The stretch is right here, and that's where you send the breath. And then relax, grab the pinky toe side of the right foot with the right hand, find that range of motion going back. And then bottoms of the feet together, do another little butterfly. Stay here or fold forward again. And then come up tall and make your way to hands and knees. Find a tabletop position for your cat-cow tilts. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, hold here. Exhale, arch your back high, push the floor away, hold here. And then move with your breath, inhaling, sway back. And exhaling, cat. Just keep cycling through your breath. And then wait for your next exhalation. Return to a flat back, look over the right shoulder to the right hip. Look around to the left. Come to center and press hips towards the heels, forward towards the mat, into child's pose. So remember, you're not creating pressure on the knees. Just keep the hips up. You can stay on the elbows. If it feels like too much, give a little more space. Remembering you can come here at any point. So child's pose is actually a really good quad stretch. Note to self, right? And a lot of times when we can't go very low, it's because we have really tight quads. And then go ahead, shift forward, hands and knees, bring the knees back under the hips and send the left leg straight back. Toes on the mat, press through the heel. Find that stretch, hold it steady or gently rock. And then keep the weight forward, scoop the belly, drop the tailbone and float the leg. Go ahead, circle out the ankle. And then press through the heel, stay there or reach the right arm forward. All right, choices here. You can stay here, rest when you need to. If you want more core, exhale, squeeze under the body, inhale, stretch it out. Use your breath. 2 more. Stretch it out, hold it. All right, again, you can rest or you're gonna bend the knee, reach back with the right hand, take hold of the top of the foot, look forward and maybe push that foot away. Feels like too much, it is too much. You can hold here, you can drop it to hands and knees. All right, if you're holding on, release it with control. Put your hand down and let the foot cross over the right and look over the right shoulder towards your toes. So you're getting a nice side stretch. And now swing the leg to the left side. Left arm up, circle it out. Keep it straight or start to let it go back behind you with the straight arm. Just find that twist. Only if it feels good, flip the thumb to the floor and grab that bottom inner thigh. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then bring your hand down and push your hips to the back of the mat. So you can keep that leg out or bring it in if this does not feel good. And then shifting forward, bring the knee in and send the right leg back. Toes on the mat, press through the heel, find that stretch. Hold it steady, pushing back or gently rock. See which gives you your best stretch. And then keep the weight forward, scoop the belly, drop the tailbone, and lift the right leg. Good circle. Press through the heel, stay there, or left arm forward, reach and pull. Stay right here or exhale under the body, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out, use your breath. 2 more. And then stretch it out. Remember, you can hold here or drop it to hands and knees. Feels okay. You're bending the knee, reach back. The left hand, grab the top of the foot and maybe push it away. Nice. Release it with control. Put your hand down, let that foot cross over the left. Look over the left shoulder towards your toes. And now swing it to the right side. Right arm high, circle the wrists. Keep it straight or start to let it go back behind you a little bit. Keep it extended or wrap it around behind the back. And then bring your hand down and push your hips to the back of the mat. And then shift it forward. Bring the knee in. Tuck your toes, push your hips back, find child's pose again, but this time focus on your toes and feet. And then when you're ready, find your first downward facing dog. Hips up, pushing equally to the hands and feet, and then just pedal it out, just bending opposite knees. Make sure you're not creating tension in the neck. You can move the head freely around. Looks good. And then just come into stillness. So press down through the heels, press equally through the hands, and reach the shoulders to the waist. And just let your head shake yes and no. And then you can drop to your knees or shift into plank like you're going to do a push-up. Come this way. Hold it. And then tap your knees, elbows rub the ribs as you lower to the belly. Keep your fingertips in line with the tops of the shoulders and just roll up into cobra. Should be able to lift your hands in cobra. And then forehead down. Inhale up to hands and knees. Stay there or go all the way back to downward facing dog. And then inhale, shift to plank again. Knees drop down. Unless you can keep the elbows in at the ribs with the knees lifted, you can hover or touch down, do another cobra, or extend the arms and lift to upward facing dog. If you're in cobra, forehead down. We're all going hands and knees, tuck your toes, and back up to downward facing dog. Those are your 2 choices for vinyasas. We're walking to the top of the mat and finding your ragdoll. Any movement that feels good. Bend your knees, sway your hips, grab your elbows. Shake your head yes or no. And then drop your arms, bend your knees, and squeeze your belly as you round up. At the top, reach. Keep your arms up, relax your shoulders down. Grab the right wrist, pull it to the left side. Stay here or take that right foot behind, bend both knees like a curtsy, pull a little deeper to the left. And then bring it back through center. Grab the other wrist, stretch it over. Stay here, or this time left foot behind, bend both knees and pull harder to the side. Bring it back up. Drop your hands and slide towards your toes. Stay here or take the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers, let the arms pull away. And then hands to the sacrum, reach for your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone if it feels good. Add a little back. And then come up straight before your hands come down. Drop your arms, step to the top of your mat. And find your mountain. So mountain anywhere from toes touching to feet, hips width apart, whatever feels good for your low back. Shoulders are back and down, palms are forward. Belly lifts up towards the spine, tailbone drops down towards the floor, and feel as if you're being pulled up through the crown of the head. Kind of like a tension. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take your left foot to the back of the mat and drop the left knee all the way down. Sink into the left hip flexor. If the floor is too far away, you can grab blocks or hands can come to the thigh. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, hands walk with you. If the hamstring is tight, keep it forward and fold if you need the stretch. And then shift the weight forward, stay here, bring both hands to your thigh. Right hand stays on the thigh, left arm goes up, stretch it over to the right. Stay here or reach the hand down towards your block or floor. If you can't touch, keep it on the thigh. And then hands to the mat. Take it back to hands and knees or down dog. You can hold here, you can cat-cow, or just like we practiced, inhale plank. Exhale lower. Inhale is cobra or up dog. And exhale is hands and knees or downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, lift the left leg up. Let's keep the toes down and the legs straight for a moment. It won't go as high. Now turn your toes to the side wall out to the left and let the leg go high as it wants to go. Now, only if it feels good, bend the knee. And then step that foot all the way to the top of the mat. So if you need to, drop the back knee, pick it up and bring it, stack your joints, and we're sinking into the right hip flexor. Remember, hands can come to the thigh. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift. And then shift the weight back into the front foot. Stay here, both hands to your thigh. Left hand stays on the leg, right arm up and stretch it to the left. Stay here, only if the left hand can touch something, does it reach down. And then bring both hands down. And take it back, hands and knees or down dog. You can cat-cow or find your flow. That's inhale plank. Exhale lower. Inhale is cobra or up dog. And exhale is hands and knees or downward facing dog. Nice. Honoring your body is yoga. Keep pushing your heels towards the floor and down dog. They might eventually touch. If your hamstrings are really tight, a little bend in the knees will help out. Either from hands and knees or down dog, let the right leg lift, toes down, hips close. Now turn the toes towards the alley. Maybe the leg goes higher. Only if it feels good, bend the knee. And then step that foot all the way to the top of the mat. Keep the left hand flat on the mat, put the right hand on the thigh, twist and look to the right. Keep that hand down or reach it up. And then bring your hand down, stay here, step the back foot up a couple inches and come all the way up for high lunge. Anjaneyasana. Relax your shoulders, stay here. We're putting a bend in the back knee. Drop the tailbone, push the pelvis forward so you feel a stretch in the front of that left thigh. Now straighten it back out and send the left arm forward, right arm back. Only if you need more, right hand drops to the back thigh, left arm goes higher. And then wait for an exhale, hands go to the floor. Step up with the left foot and back with the right. Right hand flat, left hand on the thigh, twist and look to the left. Keep it low or reach it high. And then bring that hand down, step the back foot up a few inches and come up for high lunge. Hold it. Stay here, or you're putting a bend in the back knee, drop the tailbone, push the pelvis forward so you find the stretch in that right hip flexor. Then go ahead and straighten it out. Send the right arm forward, left arm back. Only if it feels good, drop the left hand, reach the right arm higher. Wait for an exhale, hands to the mat. You can either step up to ragdoll or go back to down dog. You need a drink of water. All right. If you went to down dog, make your way back up to the top of your mat, find your ragdoll. Pinky toes out near the edges of your mat. And then put your elbows above your knees and start to bend your knees. So some of us are going to stay high. If you have knee issues, that's where you want your hips to stay above the knees. If it feels okay, hips are going to sink down towards the floor. Elbows toward the insides of the knees, thumbs to the sternum. Honor your body. Okay, so you have options here. Stay here a little longer if you like it. If you don't like it, make it a ragdoll. If you have a crow practice, you want to do that, go for it. Colette's going to demonstrate in the studio. And Natalie too. Nice. One toe at a time. Squeeze the belly. Nice. Keep looking forward. Nice. When you're done, we'll all meet back in ragdoll. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add a little back bend. And then come up tall before your hands come down. Drop your arms, find your mountain. And then step back with your right foot for warrior one position. So it's heel to heel alignment. Both hips are forward, hands at the heart, bend into the left knee. Make sure your knee does not go past the ankle. If it does, take the back foot further away. Hands can stay low or reach high. Shoulders relax. And we're all breathing. Slow your breath down. And then just bend your elbows, turn the palms forward and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back. Maybe start to look up the wall, becomes a teeny little back bend. And then reach back high. On an exhale, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, give them a stretch, squeeze, maybe look up the wall. Stay here, or exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. And now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet to stand up. Arms high, straighten the front leg. Let your hands come around and touch your thigh and just slide down the leg. So stop where your hamstring says stop. Don't bend the knee. Find that deep stretch in the middle of the hamstring. Some of you are going to keep your hands on your legs. Some of you are going to be able to separate it to either side of the foot. You might turn the hands towards the back foot. You might stretch your shoulders. You might interlace, whatever feels good here. Honor your body. So effort without tension. Don't create pain. Just touch the leg with both hands. Good. And if we went low, you're going to walk the thumbs back up so the thumbs are below the knee. Push the shin away. Squeeze your belly. Hands to the waist. Press into both feet as you stand up. And then arms up. And then right arm forward, left arm back. And then arms up, hands down, step up to the top, shake it out, and step back with the left. So warrior one on the other side, pull back on the right hip, forward on the left. Make sure you're not popping the tailbone, the heart forward, but you're lifting the belly. Hands low or high, shoulders relax if they're up, and breathe. And then bend your elbows, palms face forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back. Maybe look up the wall. And then reach back tall. And take your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, inhale, give them a stretch, look up. Stay there, or exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet to stand back up. Arms high, and straighten the front leg. Hands come around, touch the thigh, and slide down the leg. Find your pyramid. Stop where your hamstring says stop. Find your breath. The breath is in that right hamstring. And then walk your thumbs back up below your knee, push the shin away, squeeze your belly, hands to the waist to stand, arms high, and then left arm forward, right arm back. Arms up, hands down, and step to the top. Shake it up and find your mountain. Take a moment and think about what you need. You can stay right here. Just close your eyes and breathe. If you want to get back into your hamstrings, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. You can stay here. You can have another squat, or you can take it back through a vinyasa. Nice. Beautiful. Wherever you are, let's all meet back in ragdoll. And then if you put some space between your feet so the ankles would be directly under your hip bones, and then walk both hands to the right side of the right foot. Now get your left hand and grab the calf and put a bend in the left knee. And then maybe the right arm reaches up. It doesn't have to. So you can stay down if that doesn't feel good. You can also put those knuckles on the sacrum or wrap it around behind the back. Should feel like a nice stretch up that right thigh, side of the leg. And then go ahead, switch it out, right arm across, bend the right knee, left arm can stay low or reach up. Or wrap around. And then drop it back to center. Just grab opposite elbows and just sway a little side to side here. Let everything settle back in. And then let's all just drop our arms, bend your knees and squeeze your belly as you round up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add a little back bend. And then come up tall before your hands come down. Drop your arms and find your mountain. And then for studio purposes, we'll set our right foot back, setting up for your squat, your goddess squat, your high squat. So toes are at 1 and 11. Bend the knees and sink into your hips. Keep tracking the knees open. Hands can stay on the thigh, or you can bend the elbows and bring the hands up. On an inhale, straighten the legs and drop your arms. Exhale, bend your knees and find your squat. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, sink low. 2 more like that. And then we're all going to meet in our squat and we're going to hold it as low as feels good for your body for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, straighten the legs, drop the arms, turn your feet so they're parallel, fold forward, and touch the floor. And then push the floor away. Turn your right toes to the right corner of your mat, and then walk your hands towards the right side. So we'll be backwards in the studio. So you can keep it high and active. If it feels okay, you can sink down into the hip and your toes might pop up. There are variations here that might feel good. Nice. If you know what they are, go for it. Yeah, there you go. All right, get ready to switch. When you're ready, take it up and over to the other side. Then into the left knee. Remember, hips can stay high if that's what your knees need. They can sink down if that feels good. So it's all about the legs today, right? Nice. Bring it back to center. And then just walk your hands out in front, wiggle your shoulders. Should feel a little wiggle in the hips. Now walk your hands in. We're just turning the front toes back to the top of the mat and then walk your hands around to the inside of that left foot. Maybe you're different on the back. And then we're going to lower the back knee and walk your left toes a little more to the left side of the mat. Stay here, or you're going to take that left hand, push the left knee away. Stay here only if it feels good. You can bend the knee, reach back, grab the top of the foot. If it hurts, don't do it. Number 1 rule. If you're holding on, release with control, both hands to the front. Stay right here or drop the right elbow. Stay there or drop the left. You're in a lizard lunge and you should feel a big stretch in your left hip. These look great, everybody. If you went low, push up through the arms. We're just going to drag that left leg around to the back, and you can go to down dog or child's pose. You can cat cow, you can vinyasa, you can rest, listen to your body. We're going to do all that on the other side. Beautiful. All right, let's all just meet at hands and knees and do 2 cat-cow tilts. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch high. One more time. and return to your flat back. All right, so we're gonna end up at the back of our mat. If a toe squat feels good, we're gonna bring our big toes to touch and our knees wide. If you know the deep squat does not feel good, you can make it a rag doll. So if you're going here, you walk your hands towards your knees and you end up sitting up on your heels with your knees turned to the side. This doesn't feel good, go back to the squat we did earlier, or just go into a rag doll. If you're here, maybe your hands come to your thighs, you try to balance. So you could be here, you could be here, or you could be here. All right. So if you're in your toe squat, wherever you are, we're going to come up to standing. You can either round up or push up through the thighs and then drop your heels down and give them a shake. And let's just walk to the top. And then step back with the left foot. Facing the other side of the room, find your squat position, toes at 1 and 11, bend your knees, sink low, make sure the knees are tracking open. So yeah, if you do weights, typically it's your same stance as if you had that bell on your barbell on your shoulders. And then you can keep your hands on your thighs or bring them up like you're holding up bell. And on an inhale, straighten the legs, drop the arms, exhale, sink low. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, sink low. 2 more like that. And then we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, straighten up, drop the arms, square your feet, fold forward, and touch the floor. Nice. And then we're pushing the floor away, right toes to the right corner. Walk your hands to that side. So the trick is to make sure the feet are far enough apart so that your knee doesn't go way out over the ankle. Some are going to keep it high, sink it low. If the sink low comes real easy, another really good stretch here is to sit that left hip all the way down. Yep. And then take your left hand, grab the ankle, reach the right arm up and over like you're going for the foot. So honor your body, don't create pain. There's something for everyone. Don't you love that stretch? Yeah. All right, so when we're ready, we're switching to the other side. So walk it up and over, and then keep it high for your knees, whatever your knee needs. Maybe you're sinking it low, maybe you're gonna take that option. Looks good. Beautiful. All right, we're coming back to center when you're done. No rush. Walk your hands out in front. Find your wide leg down dog. Wiggle your shoulders and hips. And if it feels okay, you can stay right here or take the left arm under, grab the calf or shin, look under the right arm. I don't know why this thing won't stay on my right ear, left ear. And then switch sides, left arm forward, right arm under, pull, look under the left. Bring it to center, wiggle again. And then walk it in, right toes turn forward, both hands walk to the front, and then lower the back knee. Walk your toes to the right, stay here, or take that right hand, push the knee away. Only if it does not hurt the knee, do you bend the knee, reach back, take hold of the top of the foot. So you can push it away for a back bend, you can pull it in for a quad stretch. If you're holding the foot, release it with control, both hands to the front. Stay high or drop the left elbow, stay there or drop the right. If you're somewhere in between, a block will lift the floor. Nice. And then we're all just going to push up through the arms and take that right leg around, go to down dog or child's pose. Rest or flow. Honoring your body is yoga. Nice. Take 3 more resting breaths. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. And then shifting forward, hands and knees, and lower all the way onto your belly. Just bring your elbows forward for Sphinx pose. So your elbows are directly under your shoulders. And you can drag the elbows back, look forward for more. You can always stay here. You can do something else if you don't like what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna try our little quad stretch here. So we're gonna take our left arm, we're gonna turn it forward so the left arm parallel with the top of the mat. And then just bend the right knee. Be honest with yourself. Can you easily reach back and grab the foot? Nice. If you can pull it in, little quad stretch. You can also lift it up if you want to make it more of a back bend. You can flex the foot and lift. All right, if this comes easy for you, you're going to put the hand on top of the foot, pull it in toward the glute. Fingers are going to spin forward and you're going to push down. Feels like too much? It is. Everybody's got it. Beautiful. All right, now no rubber bands, release it with control. And then bring it to front and just wiggle. And then take that right arm, turn it parallel, top of the mat, bend the left knee. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your knees. Maybe the hand reaches back, you grab the foot or ankle, you can lift it up. If you're going for the top, pull it in, push it down. Maybe the fingers spin forward and you reach. Yep. Eventually you can do this with both feet at the same time. This life or the next. The next. Yeah, go ahead and release with control, lower down, and just wiggle your hips. And let's keep our forehead on the mat. Take your arms back. We'll do our Shalabhasana, Ardha Shalabhasana first. Inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest. Reach the arms to the back of the room. Push the pelvis down. Squeeze your glutes. Maybe a little lift just before you lower. Put the right cheek down. Wiggle your hips. Slow the breath. You can stay where you are, or we'll set up second round. Inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest, and maybe lift the legs this time. Squeeze your glutes. Little lift just before you lower. Put the left cheek down, wiggle your hips. All right, third and final, you can do that same thing you just did. You can skip it. You can go to child's pose. If it feels okay, we're bending both knees, reaching back, grabbing tops of the feet. Don't worry, we're not doing the quad stretch. All right, inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest. Push the foot into the hands. You can also flex the feet, grab the ankles. Otherwise, you're here if that's not working. All right, maybe a little lift just before you lower. Put the right cheek on the mat if your legs are up. Give them a windshield wiper in the air. And then drop your feet, push up to hands and knees, and go all the way back to child's pose. Stay in child's pose or press it to down dog. Hold or flow. Nice. And then let's all meet at hands and knees. We're doing 2 cat-cow tilts. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch high. One more time. Return to your flat back. And now we're just going to take it easy. We're going to take that right knee to the outside of the right wrist. All right. And then you're going to pull that heel over to the top of the thigh. If this hurts your knee, stop and come onto your bottom. All right. We're going to take that left leg and work it towards the back of the mat. And then if you're more open, you might start working that shin closer to parallel. All right. Everybody okay? So it's the top of the foot is there. It is. Yeah. Is that the no? Huh? Take that knee way out to the side, a little more that one. Yeah. And keep and more on an angle. So it's more like this. Is it hurting? Okay. Come on to your bottom. Right ankle over. And you can do this. Gives you the same stretch without the body weight. So right ankle over. All right. So pigeon people. Yeah, there we go. Do your thing. Nice. So if you're low, push up through your arms. If you're on your bottom, you're just going to change legs. So you're on your belly, just push up, slide that leg forward and kick it around. And then we're going to take the left knee to the outside of the left wrist and lower into your pigeon. So remember, if it hurts the knee, you're back here with the left ankle over. You want to try it on this side? Okay. And so you get the same stretch. Everybody else, you know where you're going. Everybody think Tiffany after class. We try to do all the way around the thighs. All right, so if you're on your belly, push up through your arms and just take that left leg, kick it around. So we're all just gonna meet back at hands and knees if you went onto your bottom and then lower all the way onto your belly. And then put your left ear on the mat, take cactus arms with your arms, so bend your elbows. And then you're just gonna slide the right knee up towards the right elbow. And just breathe. So we're all just staying here for a few breaths. We're just breathing into the front of that hip. Maybe you're feeling it more in the back of the hip. And some of us are staying here. Some of us are going to take this into a little twist. So just lift everything except your palms, look forward at your hands. And then you take your left arm and you thread it under the right. You're going to roll onto that shoulder. And then you're just going to let the right arm go behind you. Let your head relax and look to the right. And if you keep letting this knee pop up, just imagine you're going to roll onto your back and you just stop with this foot in front. This right shoulder should touch the floor. And you should feel a stretch coming down the waist, down through that hip, and down that side of that thigh. You guys got it. All right, now we're just going to take that right hand. We're going to take it back up overhead where it came from. Slide the right knee down and just move the arms and put your right ear on the mat, cactus arms. And then just slide the left knee to the left elbow. And we're here for a few breaths, so just no rush here. Feel that stretch in the front of that hip flexor, the back of the hip right there. And you're welcome to stay here or take both arms forward, lift everything except your palms. Right arm threads under, roll on to the right shoulder, and let that left arm go behind you and watch it go. Keep letting that knee pop up like you're gonna roll onto your back, and just keep that left leg crossed over. And just take your left hand back up where it came from, slide the knee down, move the arm out of the way. Let's just wiggle our hips here. And then just push up to hands and knees and go all the way back to child's pose. Notice if you feel different in your hips now than when you did when we began here. And then whatever you'd like to do before you make your way onto your back for Shavasana. So if you need another flow, if you need another movement, we're all going to meet on our backs. We can hug our knees in. We can do a happy baby. Any last movements you need? And then when you're ready, just find Shavasana. So legs stretched out, make sure your low back is comfortable, take up as much space as you'd like. If your back doesn't like straight legs, keep the knees bent. You can always cave them in towards each other. Just forget about the breath. Let the breath return to normal. And then just imagine a beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head. As the light pours through, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, down through all the features of your face. Your neck and shoulders are relaxed. The arms, hands, and fingers are relaxed. Chest, your abdomen, the upper, middle, and lower back, the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, the ankles, the feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. By putting out positive thoughts and correcting your mistakes, you can heal your problems. But don't do something to alleviate the problem without correcting the cause. The suffering came for your benefit. You should not try to take that away. Instead, bring out the nice things, the good qualities in you, the positive side of you, and the negative will get cured all by itself. If you have a problem, ask yourself, how did I get into this? What is the cause? Then make a resolution. Yes, in the future, I will not encourage such thoughts. I will cultivate the opposite. The best way to drive away the darkness is to bring light into the room. So bring the awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breath. Let it fill your body. Bring your subtle movements, the fingers and toes, the hands and feet, the arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch. From fingertips to toes. And if it feels good, hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then take a few breaths. If you want to roll the right side for more relaxation, the left side for more energy. Take a few breaths in the fetal position. And then in your own time, in your own way, maybe your eyes stay closed as you walk your hands towards your thighs and make your way up to your comfortable seat. And we'll close our practice. Find your tall spine and find your breath. Remember your peace. And share your light. Hands to the heart. Bow in. Give gratitude. And look for the joy. Namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice and your presence. Thank you for being here.